Welcome to the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of July 10th, 2023. I'm Terry Moreau, and I'm here with Nicole Eridix.
Hello.
And Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
Every week we chat about what parents are talking, complaining, and obsessing about right now. But this week, things are changing. Nicole is leaving us. Such a time of transition. Kids going off to college, and new animals coming into houses, and
going back to work.
Podcasters leaving. It's just such a sentimental time of year. And so this week we've asked Nicole to share some of her favorite episodes from our years of podcasting together. Nicole, what you got for today?
Well, this podcast was, I'm not even sure when it was originally aired. I mean, it was like years ago, because the title of the podcast is celebrating 200 episodes. And we have far surpassed 200 episodes. And going back and listening to it is so fun, just to hear what our thoughts were after recording 200 episodes together. And so, and I think now we're over 2,000. So, yeah, it's just kind of fun to go back and hear about those small changes that, well, we thought they were very big, but in retrospect, we had no idea what we were in for.
Right.
Yeah.
So enjoy listening.
This is episode 200 of our podcast, and you can tell it by the smooth and professional way we go about things. We have this down to a science, y'all. So we thought we'd talk a little bit about our time podcasting, and Catherine, how are we going to do this?
Well, we thought we would talk a little bit about what's changed over these past couple years and these 200, we say 200 episodes, but really it's many more than that when you fold in all the round twos, and we used to do round 3 and round 4, and we have speed rounds. So, but 200 of these, group chats.
Numbered group chats, yes.
Yes. So 200 numbered episodes, I guess you could say. And we thought we'd just kind of look at how things have changed and evolved over the years.
One thing that springs directly to mind that has changed is that the origin of the Parenting Roundabout name was that at the beginning, everybody who was on the podcast worked for About.com. And now I don't know if any of those people that started it out still work at About.com. But Catherine and I certainly don't. Nicole never did. But the About part has left, but we've kept the Roundabout.
That's right.
Just because I paid for a domain name. So, but actually, not only have we left About, but About has left About. It's not even called About anymore.
That's true. That's true.
We retain the About, and now it's ours
in loving
only.
Memory.
In loving memory.
Maybe not loving, but anyway, in
R.I.P. About.com. Hey, yeah, I mean, the ending was not good for anybody, but it was a pretty great gig for a long time. Mm-hmm. So, I try to retain the fond memories and not go on to see what has happened to my former real estate.
Yeah.
Just basically a dumping ground for odds and ends of things I wrote that have no particular reason to be on a landing page. Yes. So every now and then I dig out something that they no longer have up and put it on my own stuff. But that was a big part of my life. And
it was.
Professional life, and a big part of yours too, Catherine, I'm sure.
Yeah, for a lot of years, and we met a lot of people, and lot of them were on this podcast at varying times. And, some, like Amanda, obviously were here for a long time.
Right.
And
so you and I would never have met Catherine had it not been for About, and especially them bringing people into New York every so often to eat catered food and listen to presentations.
Listen to them.
The food was always better than the presentations. Although there was that one year in a warehouse somewhere where the food was a little dicey. But anyway, so what else?
So for me, I know things have, in terms of my kids, obviously they've grown.
Yeah.
But I mean, when we started, I think, Terry, your son was still in school, in college, and you were spending your days at the community college.
I podcasted from my car more than once.
Right. And my kids have finished elementary school, and they're in middle and high school now. So that's feels very different. It feels like a very different phase of parenting, I think.
Right.
And I think Nicole had the empty not the empty nest yet, but the departure of your son for college.
Yeah.
right around the time you started podcasting with us.
I would have been, because he lived with us the first year of his university, and then the second year he moved into the frat house. I think I probably talked about that several times. And so he left, and then he moved in with his girlfriend. And my daughter started... Did she start high school, or was she already in high school? Can't remember.
I think she might not have been in it yet.
Yeah, I don't think she was
just starting. Yeah.
Starting.
Yeah.
And I wrote a book.
Oh, that.
I wrote and sort of finished a book. I wouldn't say it's complete just yet.
It is now being nibbled to death by piranhas, but
yes.
Some more tattered remnant of it will see the light.
Yes. Eventually.
Folks, let us make this public service announcement. If you have romantic notions about book authorship and publication,
contact
let us let you down. Not so gently.
We will not inspire you.
Just publish yourself online. You know what?
Yeah.
Just get yourself a blog. Write whatever you want. Tell people it's there.
Call
You'll
it
be
a day.
happier. You'll be poor, but you'll be happy. You won't get the tens of dollars you would get from writing a book, but still. With an Amazon link, maybe.
Oh, yes. It's been quite the learning curve. So I am not the person I used to be.
You're a shell of your former self.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to the early podcast with Nicole, and she sounds so different.
In her
She's
optimism.
so idealistic.
Oh, go back to some of our inclusive class podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
You're master of the universe, you know?
Oh, we're so idealistic, and now I'm just jaded.
And I kept saying, I was the jaded one, and turns out I was right. Ha!
Yes.
Descended to my level of
Yes, but let's
nihilism.
not talk about who encouraged me to write the book. We're not going to go there.
Oh, but that was fun.
Oh, you can do it. You should write a book.
I think Amanda shares some of the blame for that.
Yeah.
Let's blame her because she's not here.
She's not here to defend herself.
Yeah, nice way to deflect.
That's something that's changed over 200 episodes.
That's right.
We lost people.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, they're still alive.
They're still out there in the world.
They're no longer
They're just
talking
not
to
on
us.
the podcast. And Terry learned how to edit a podcast.
I did. Yes, we had the luxury of having Amanda's husband John edit us for quite some time, and then it was left to me to do, and I figured that was going to be the end of anything audible.
But you
I
did
am
it.
self-taught. If you like the way this podcast sounds, pat me on the back for having learned how to do that all by myself. And if you think it sounds awful, what do you want from me? I know what I'm doing. It works either way.
Yeah, you can
So
always
that's
volunteer to do it for us if you'd like.
That's right.
If anybody out there is just looking for practice,
Yes.
this is a service that we
And
can
willing to
offer.
work free and really quickly.
Right.
Especially when we're doing Dancing with the Stars and then publishing a podcast the next day.
Right. the
So,
very next.
no rush, but get
No.
it done.
We might have to switch to like Facebook Live for those.
Could happen. That's
Could
that's
happen.
an interesting idea. There you go.
No editing required.
We are all about the hip and happening technology, y'all. So,
yeah,
for sure.
We're on it.
Well, do you feel like you've learned anything about yourself or your abilities or your parenting during the podcast?
I've learned
Patience.
I've learned
tenacity.
Even though I think I have no time for do anything but work, I still have time to edit podcasts, record podcasts, make quote graphics for podcasts, tweet 24 hours a day. But other than that, it's like, my family is if my family ever adds up how much time I spend on the podcast, I'm going to have to answer for that.
It's a good thing you do it all while they're sleeping.
That's true. Yes, I have mastered the fall asleep on the couch and then wake up at 4 a.m., grab your computer and work.
Go.
So that is when lots of that stuff gets done. But it is fun, and it makes me feel young to be doing something new and unusual and not my same old, same old. So
yeah,
it's been a good time. And I really, having somebody to talk to every week and laugh with is a valuable thing.
Exactly.
How about you, Catherine? What have you learned?
Well, I mean, I think I probably knew this about myself before this, from my days of about.com and even working for magazines. But, when you think there is just nothing more to say or no more ideas, nothing new under the sun, you can always come up with something.
You can always pull something out of your...
Yes. Yes. You just keep trying, and something is there. So
I think that's going to be our new motto. When you think that everything has been said, we can always come up with something else.
Figure something out.
And you will listen.
That's right, because this is a free service we offer you.
That's right. You can listen to us while you are doing other things. We don't mind. You won't have to worry about missing some clever turn of phrase. It'll just be us yammering. It'll be fine.
Well, the clever turns of phrase we pull out and...
That's right.
And make into graphics for you.
It's a helpful service.
You can review later.
If you're thinking, what's that one smart thing they said? You can go on Facebook and look at all our photos. You'll find it there.
You'll find it. It's there. It's there. Trust me.
Yes. Yes. I think we do pretty good in terms of...
And I certainly have started listening to so many more podcasts.
Yeah. Podcasts are fun.
Just because certainly just in the time that we have been doing this, it's exploded, and it's it's nice to feel like we're part of that. Yes. Even though we'd like to be part of it in the sense of having more listeners and more, advertisers and sponsors. Right. But, we start with just enjoying it for what
we're
it's
grassroots.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
First 200 or 300 we do for free. After that,
I mean, come on. How about you, Nicole, and doing this contrasted to doing a previous podcast that was more
where
that was
actually had people who knew what they were talking about.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I can be more myself on this podcast. The other one was very serious, so there was never any sort of room for joking or...
Other than me just saying, that never happens.
Yeah.
That's a unicorn. That doesn't exist.
It was definitely more of had a different vibe to it.
Yes.
And we didn't have to do as much talking, did we, Terry? So I've learned how to talk on the spot.
Mm-hmm. And we didn't edit that at all. We just recorded it on and
we did.
Pushed it out on Blog Talk Radio.
It was like live streaming. It was
well, and when we first started this podcast,
it was on
its very first iteration was Blog Talk and was unedited, and it was like me walking around in my backyard with my phone. I don't know why.
That's what it was, a bunch of about.com guides. We're just going to, one of our dads had a barn and we were going to put on a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No,
fun.
I feel like a lot has changed and I've learned a lot. Yeah. It's been a good ride.
That's it for today's farewell memory from Nicole. Tune in tomorrow for another walk down memory lane, our last walk down memory lane. Bye. We're always interested in what you have to say, so drop us a comment on our website, our Facebook page, or Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.